Steeler Nation, what's going on? It's your man Kev Easy here, man. This is the best and worst Steelers from Week 9. The Steelers got the win over the Tennessee Titans, 20-16. There was a couple players, well, a lot of players that contribute to the win, and there was a couple players that almost messed it up for us, man. You know, but normally I would call this top three, bottom two, but it just seems like a lot of confusion with that, man. So I just switched it to the best and the worst, but I'm still gonna pick three players. It ain't really gonna be three players, man. It's gonna be like three situations, like three. It might be groups of people. Who knows? It might be not. It might be one person. It might be special teams. Who knows? You feel me? But in the bottom two, the bottom two is still gonna be bottom two, man. Because I don't like, you feel me, like really piling on players that ain't play good. But it is what it is, man. Some people need to get their flowers. Some people need to get a mirror put in front of them. You feel me? But let's start with the best, man. Top three. Coming at number 3, man. I'll go with Deontay Johnson, man. Deontay Johnson, second game back. Is it second game back? Second game back. Rams. Third game back. Dang, time flying, man. But yeah. Deontay had 7 receptions for 90 yards. First touchdown in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I felt like every catch Deontay made mattered a lot. It mattered a lot, man. He had a 32-yard run. Not run, but, catch and run. 32 yards. Like, it was significant. Very significant, man. So, shout out to Deontay, man. Ain't we lucky we got him? You know what I'm saying? Number two. For number 2, I might have to go with our running game. That means our offensive line, Jalen Warren, and Najee Harris. I felt like the running game, these guys was able to set the tempo for the offense. The offense started to we had rhythm out the gate because we was able to run the ball. And a big plus is having Broderick Jones, the young bull, start at right tackle. You know what I'm saying? It worked. It worked last night, man. So that might be something we see going forward. Shout out to Broderick. You came in as 11th tackle, but you're a right tackle right now, and you did your thing, my boy. But yeah, man. Najee had a big run. Najee had a 25-yard run that was based off the offensive line. Broderick got his guy, made it to the second level. Isaac, he pulled, kicked his man out. Najee had a lot of space to make something happen, and he did. Same type of thing with Jalen Warren, but I think it was the other side. I can't remember at this moment, but Jalen Warren had a 22-yard run. He averaged 8 yards a carry. He had 11 carries, averaged 8 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, like, shout out to the offensive line, shout out to the running backs, the running game. Number one. And it's crazy because I kind of could have put them at number 1, but number 1, it's going to have to go to our outside guys, man. And I ain't talking about the corners. I'm talking about them outside guys. T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, man. Together, them boys. Yeah, I mean, they combined for... Hold on. Let me get it correct. They combined for 8 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 7 quarterback hits. Alex Highsmith having 5. And just to let y'all know, Alex Highsmith leads the NFL and when it comes to quarterback hits. He may not get home, but he getting home. You know what I'm saying? It's just not equaling the sacks. It's just like, all right, your quarterback got to pick himself up. You know what I'm saying? So, and T.J. Watt, come on, man. My man, just like his brother, he don't need no helmet. You feel me? The play gonna keep going. You know? So, for my top 3, I had Deontay at 3. I had the running game, including offensive line and the running backs. And I had the outside guys at number 1, man. The edge rushers, to be specific, man. Honorable mentions in that would have to go with Eldon Roberts and Quan Alexander stepping up for Cole Holcomb. And I will also, I'm not going to name them too. I named them on the podcast, but I don't feel like they did enough throughout the whole game to really be a top. You feel me? The top of, the best players of the week. Now, the worst players. The worst players. And it's funny, and I'm only going to acknowledge, you know what, I won't. He'll be an honorable mention. I got an honorable mention for the bottom two. And honorable mention number one is Joey Porter Jr., only because of penalties. As far as coverage, superb, great. But them penalties, man, and we could have lost the game off that last penalty. My greatest fear of Joey Porter happened last night because watching the tape, I noticed, I'm like, yo, he's real handsy. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with that on the next level until he's about like 5 to 7 years in, And yeah, he had a lot of penalties, man. But he had his coverage saved him from being the bottom two. You feel me? So, but shout out to him for having great coverage, and not mentally breaking, man. Having all those penalties, you might have got scared of what you do and play out of character, but you didn't. You balled, man. You balled. Just gotta clean them penalties up, bro. But here we go. Bottom two. Number one, Patrick Peterson, man. Patrick Peterson, I felt like he was good in the run game when he was in safety-like positions, but coverage was not good at all. It wasn't good. He was getting cleaned up by everybody out there, man. I think we need to figure that out. Because he can play safety better than he can play corner. Whether it's in the slot or it was on the outside, he was losing. He had a few wins, but he was losing, man. He was losing a lot. And number one, George Pickens, man. And George Pickens had a good game blocking-wise, but we're not looking for him to be the best blocker on the team. Blocking is extra. You know what I'm saying? And to only have 2 receptions for -1, yeah, Kenny was off a little bit, but you had an opportunity in that end zone to get a touchdown. I say 99% of the time you're scoring on that play. Somehow, some way, you didn't. And you had the opportunity to. It's easier saying than doing, but your tape and your history tells me that you can do that. And you do that 9 out of 10 times. Might be 10 out of 10 times. I'm not expecting him to be on this list next week. I felt like after a game like this, he's going to turn up. And there's going to be a balance. I like to see the balance between him and didnt again. And also, I think the fact that the running game was so effective, we didn't force feed him, or we didn't try to be like, all right, let's just hurry up and get George Pickens in on something, So, yeah, man, those are my bottom two. Patrick Peterson, he could have been one, but I felt like he was solid in the run game. And George Pickens is just because he just wasn't good at all as far as the production of being a receiver. But the blocking was cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, man. Those for 7 podcast, episode 116 is available now. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who you feel was the best players and the worst players of this game last night. This win from last night against the Titans. It's your man, Kev Easy. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button to stay up to date for Stills for 7 podcast content.